Hi Taurus, welcome to your Harsh Truth reading for February 15th through February 14th. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the recommend a reader shout out, which goes to Free People Tarot. Love and support to her. Check her out, show her some love and support. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Knight of Swords. So that could be Aquarius. Interesting. Something happening out of the blue or suddenly, maybe an unexpected argument or kind of a particularly harsh or damaging argument, or just making decisions quickly and rapidly, trying to get ahead of something because things are happening very quickly now. What else for Taurus? For the harsh truth. Harsh truth for Taurus. Taurus is harsh truth. Hello. Harsh truth. King of Swords, that could be Gemini. Five of Cups. Emperor. Empress, so this could be Aries. This could be Taurus or Aries. Eight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. 10 of Pentacles. Right. Oopsie. There's been a lot going on here. Maybe that was why things ended, because it was just like, this is just too much. It's too much hard. I can't take this anymore. I'm out. That Knight of Swords is just and just going rogue. You know what though? I'm wondering if someone's going to decide that they don't want this ending and that they're sorry. What's this Five of Cups about for Taurus? What? Or maybe ending it with that person, cutting that off, like that Knight of Swords, has opened up this sort of flow in your life. What's this Five of Cups? Temperance. What's this Emperor about? The World. What's this Empress about? Taurus, what's this Empress about? I wonder if that's codependency. Then what's this Eight of Pentacles? The Tower. Okay, what's this Seven of Swords? Oh boy, I think your person might be looking for an out. Dang it. Right. What else for Taurus? Here's the thing. I think that you're thinking that this is just kind of a bump in the road, or you're hoping that it's one of those eye-opener things. You know, those kind of rifts that you get into, or things like that. But it feels like your person might be looking for a way out. Like this is like the kind of out that they might have wanted. I think you are working for purpose in this relationship. I think your person's just tired of working. What's this Ten of Pentacles about for Taurus? We got Empress and 10 of Pentacles here though, and the Lovers, Gemini, Taurus, or Virgo. This could be Scorpio. Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. So something has happened. You just found out some very, or probably shocking, even upsetting news. We got the Tower and the Knight of Swords that came out. And I think you're thinking that this is a setback and we're going to be working through it, hopefully. Just, I need some time to absorb this. We need to talk, no romantic lovey-dovey feelings here. We need to figure out our next move, but I do need some time to think. This is a bump in the road. You're taking it in stride, but I think your person, I don't know, I feel like they're still hiding something from you. It feels like, did you find out that they cheated on you and there's a parenting issue coming up involved? Or is a parenting issue at play here as far as why you've been struggling so hard to become parents or whatnot? Your person's not wanting to do that anymore, and you're just still wanting to follow through with it, and that's what the arguing is about. There's something about the issue of a child and someone not fully telling you everything. Maybe they're not telling you how they feel about wanting to have kids, or another one on the way, or they don't want to try so hard. They don't want the focus of the relationship to be about having kids anymore. You worked hard, you tried a lot, you did this. They maybe want to take a breather from that. It feels like they're kind of at the breaking point, and they're kind of looking for a way to just either we return back to stasis the way we were before this, whatever this issue was, presented itself, or this is me basically looking to kind of have an exit plan. That's what your person is saying. And I think you're like, you know what, I don't need to hear that. Aside from the shocking news or the disappointment that I've just found out about, I want to be able to take that in stride with you. I don't want this to be something that you're just going to be like up and done and leave over. Yes, we've been working hard. Yes, we've been having a lot going on that's kind of blowing up in our face right now. But instead of kind of folding your arms across the chest, their chest and blaming, let's work together and figure this out. Let's, I need space, but give me that grace. You know what I mean? And I think your person is, I think they're looking for an out. You need to be aware that there might be another relationship started in the midst of this. That this could very well be someone kind of already having one foot out the door, and you're just like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to be over here doing my own thing, keeping to myself until I figure out what the next move is, but we don't need to talk. Like, I think you had some upsetting news there's an element of trying to become parents or finding out about some really shocking news about kids. So maybe there was an affair and there's a baby, or you've been working really hard to try and have kids, something about starting a family, and your person, I don't think they're really on board. And so this is kind of a way for them to have their foot out the door and to blame this and to use this as needing time away. But really, they just want things to be a lot simpler in the romantic department with someone. And so they're wanting to kind of get out there and get among again. And they might even already have something started. Very good time for you to cut things off and to think about your next move and what you want to do. This is no way to behave considering the issues you two have been working through or what news you've just received. It's one of those things, whatever the news was, it's something that you would have liked to have kind of gone through it with someone instead of someone just using that as an excuse to further check out because they just don't want to deal with anything anymore. They just want to be happy-go-lucky and carefree. They don't want to be responsible or accountable. What else for Taurus? High Priestess, that could be Pisces or Cancerian. Good. That's you going dark to figure out what your next moves are, just because the self-preservation's kicking in and you're like, this is I don't need this. No. We got the Empress and the Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles here, but so there's the potential for that, but if we flip it, it's codependency. It's you trying to do this and trying to do that and really trying to make a go of something, and your person's just, the more slack you pick up, the more it's like they just don't want it to be that hard. They don't want it to be that involved. And they want to be out and among and doing and going and this and that. They don't want it to have been this complicated or this much. What else for Taurus? New path emerging. So I think I said a little bit ago that with this passing, with you moving through this and this passing, that flow opens back up for you, that life starts to flow differently. There's that flow because right now it's really congested and there might even been like, not bickering, but just things were rough and you were kind of towing the line by yourself and your person just wasn't on board. And it feels like there's been bickering. But with kind of letting it go and just being like, I'm going to take time right now. I just need to not worry about anybody but myself right now. You're kind of liberated. This says new path emerging. You're kind of liberated. You're able to see things for what they are. You're able to do a deep dive and figure out what you want, what's going on. You're able to reconnect with source. This feels kind of like an indefinite period or like indefinitely. There's no time frame here. And I think you do well to do that just because you have a tendency to really take care of those around you. Because that's who you are. So you being able to kind of step away to figure out what your next move is and what you want to do is a good idea, because this person just doesn't want life to be that involved or complicated. And it's like they got one foot out the door anyway, and they've got a few other things started, maybe other work projects, maybe other relationships. So this is you getting out of that for now. And I say for now because you might think, oh no, so done, but you're not. You two have unfinished business. That might be the kids, but this is just you two being sequestered for now, but you do have unfinished business, and you will, about 3 to 4 months, you're going to be talking again about, my hunch is how to close this out, how to finish this. But for right now, you need to be able to just worry about you and your own. What else for Taurus? We've got Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the Five of Swords reversed. Okay, so this just wasn't working. This was not a solid foundation for which to build on and plan. Things just didn't work out, and it was kind of a lot of effort for very little payoff. And we've got the Five of Swords reversed. It's almost like, you know what? Let this pass. Let me just kind of get out of the way of this and be over here for a while till I figure out my next move, and then we can talk about it. And with the caveat in mind that this is all about just resolving any loose threads, tying up any loose ends, and then we move on. I think you probably are going to want to just get on with your own life and get on with things and not have this dragging you down anymore. And I'm glad that you're just wanting to, well, that you're seeing it for what it is, and that at this point it was becoming codependent, and the effort was more than the reward, because you had somebody that just wasn't that into it. Okay. On the flip side, this could be somebody that's rethinking an ending, and it's like a last ditch effort to try and figure out how to revive this. It could be that, but it feels like even if they do that, you're still kind of decided on just not, your mind's pretty much made up. It's just a matter of tying up the loose ends now. Okay. All right. And that's the thing is that when you get to that point where you're like, I'm not even mad anymore, I just want to finish this. I just want to, that's when it's like, oh, okay, you're done. Because if you're not even mad, it's just a matter of closing this out. Let's finish this. Yeah. Okay. All right, Taurus. I hope this was helpful. Was your harsh truth for January 15th through January 14th. I hope you are getting the time to be by yourself and to think about things and to just have life kind of calm down so you can decide on what your next move is. Take care of yourself and your own, and at peace. Hope to see you in the next reading, and I thank you for stopping by. You take care.